Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, and thank you for coming to this special Friday Night Magic Hallows Eve edition. What's so special about it? I don't know. I'm going to play a deck that has black in it. Happy Halloween. We're going to draw a new hand because this one has 0 lands. This one's a little bit more friendly in the land. Yeah, I'll go ahead and keep this one. We will go ahead and keep this one, and we are going to start off with our Simic Guildgate coming into play tap. So this is a tricolor deck. It is black, green, and blue. It is a combo focused deck with some infinite combos, which include Species Gorger, Archaeomancer, and Time Warp. This is a late game combo to actually get it through, but it basically gives you infinite turns. So that's kind of hilarious. Now I could go with just the Forest now and play the Wayfinder, but I think I'm actually going to go with another tap land so that I can play the Rager next turn. So let's go with this one right here, the Golgari Guildgate. So yeah, tricolor deck should be fun. Happy Hallows Eve, Halloween. If you happen to celebrate it and you're going to go get some candy today, good. Don't eat too much candy though, it's bad for you. It's going to make you sick, you know. You don't want to go too crazy. So we're going to start off here with our Phyrexian Rager. It's a 2/2, comes into play. We get to draw a card, but we do lose a life. But that is quite fine because it gets us a 2/2. It helps go through our deck and draw into the things that we want to draw into. And next turn, I'll probably play the second Rager as well and then toss my Dimir Guildgate into play. Pretty boring start of the game from the opponent, though. Mr. Kron's not really doing much of anything. Alright, let's play the second Rager. Oh, you know what? I should have attacked first. What is he doing here? Tribute to Hunger. Target opponent sacrifices a creature. Okay, so I'm going to have to sacrifice the one in play. Well, actually, wait a second. Yeah, so he would have done that anyways when I attacked, so I guess my attacking wasn't going to matter. Because he would have tossed that down anywho. I'm going to play down that Guildgate. And then pass the turn on over. Yeah, so once I attacked, he would have thrown down Tribute to Hunger. That would have happened regardless. Yeah, so there you go. So it looks like he's running control removal and likely some huge late game creatures. Some like big old annoying stuff. Well, let's attack first because that's what we should do. And then if he wants to do another Tribute to Hunger, there it is. If he wants to do another Tribute to Hunger, he can, and he does. So we have to sacrifice that again. And then I think what we will do is I could go with a Wayfinder. We've got the Treasure Find, but we're not going to use that on those things. Let's go with the Rager. And I'm actually not going to go with the Wayfinder right now. I think we're just going to play my other Guildgate. And then we're going to pass it on. So I could have played the Forest and then the Wayfinder. Now, obviously, as you can tell, there's 4 of each of these 3 different Guildgates in this deck. So those are 12 Guildgates, 12 lands that come into play tapped. That is reason enough to be like, yeah, this is a super late game deck. Like, no question about it. This is an ultra late game deck. So I'm going to play my Forest. And we are getting closer to being able to play that. Now, I could play the Denrova Horror, or I could wait till he has something that I want to bounce, a creature that I want to bounce back. But we have the 2 Treasure Finds, so we'll be able to get this back anyways. Well, let's go into attack phase first. Let's see if he's got another frickin' thing to destroy my creature here. Well, that's good, though. I'm glad he uses it on that, because I'm going to play the Denrova Horror, and I'm going to just bounce back one of his lands and force him to discard a card. So I guess play him. So Denrova Horror comes into play, choose a permanent, and then it bounces back to its owner's hand, and then that player discards a card. So he gets his land back to his hand, and then he has to choose and discard a card. Looks like he is going to choose and discard that land. But that's fine by me, because he has less lands to play with as a result. Now, normally I would wait to play this a little bit later, until he's got a creature in play that I want to bounce back, but when this enters the battle... Wait, what does he do? When this enters the battlefield, exile target creature card from a graveyard. You gain life equal to its toughness. Okay, so he's gonna get rid of my Ragers. One of my Ragers. Alright, so we're gonna toss down a Wayfinder here. We're gonna get a land into our hand, and then the rest go in the graveyard. But that's actually fine, because we get to fetch those back. Confirm. And I'm gonna do another one here. And these are all going in the graveyard. 2 worms. Oh, that's my second Archaeomancer. That's no good. Okay. Well. It is what it is. We can attack, but it doesn't do anything, because he just blocks with his 3/5. I guess we should treasure find right now and pull one of these back. The question is, what do I want to get back? Well, for immediate use, I wouldn't actually mind having a Palaka Worm. Could also go with the Rune-Scarred Demon. Let's go with the Rune-Scarred Demon. Let's treasure find. We are going to want to get back the Archaeomancer, so we can use the Archaeomancer to pull back Treasure Find and keep bouncing it back and stuff. But with the Rune-Scarred Demon, this is going to let us search for our Species Gorger, which lets us trigger our big old combo. So there's no sense in attacking, because he just blocks with the 3/5, the damage is negated, and there's no benefit from it. So yeah, wouldn't have made sense for me to do that. But yeah, I think the Rune-Scarred Demon is the best choice, because that is going to let us, again, we'll get our Species Gorger, and then I can Treasure Find and pull back an Archaeomancer. And, no, excuse me, that's not going to let us get our Treasure Find, but that's going to let us loop into our possible infinite combo with Time Warp. With Species Gorger, Archaeomancer, Time Warp. Gives us infinite turns. So long as we have the mana. So, alright, I'm just going to block with one of these. In case he's got something fancy going on, I don't want him to kill my Denrova Horror here, so. Alright, so let's see if he's got anything that he can play for 6 here. He's going to play a Gravedigger. Enters the battlefield, return our creature card from your graveyard to your hand. He's got nothing to do that for, so. Okay. So, right now, we are going to play. Well, let's attack first with the 4/4. See if he blocks with his 2/2 or if he has some other removal. Okay, so that blocks. Kills the 2/2. Our 4/4 is good. We're going to play the Rune-Scarred Demon right now. Comes into play. Search our library for a creature card and put it into our hand. So we are going to get. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Species Gorger right there. Species Gorger. At the beginning of your upkeep, return to our creature you control to its owner's hand. So we use that with something like Denrova Horror, we use it with something like Rune-Scarred Demon to fetch, or we use it with our Archaeomancer to replay it and keep getting cards back. It does require a huge mana base to do the big old infinite combo, but you know what? I'm just gonna let the 3 go through. I don't care. It's 3 damage. Whatever. He is going to play Indestructible. Whenever it deals combat damage, flip a coin. If you do win the flip, destroy that creature. Okay, so he's got a way to kill off my stuff here. And it's indestructible. Which means, as you would imagine, that I can't destroy it. Okay, so let's go. Do I want to cultivate right now? 2, 4, 6. I can do both, so let's cultivate. Let's cultivate. Get some lands going here. Enters the battlefield tapped. We're gonna do that, and then put this card into our hand, and then we can play this, and then we can play the Species Gorger. So now during my upkeep, I get to bounce back a card. The first one I'm going to bounce back will be... first one I'm going to bounce back is just a small one like the Wayfinder. Or, you know what, I could actually bounce back the Denrova Horror to force... No, I wouldn't want to bounce that back, but I could bounce the Creepy Doll back by replaying the Horror. But next turn, I can play the Treasure Find, I can pull back Archaeomancer, And then I can keep replaying Archaeomancer, which is going to be a pretty sweet deal. And then that's going to let us do the Time Warp thing. So what we need for the infinite Time Warp combo is enough mana to play Archaeomancer and Time Warp in the same turn, which is 10 mana with 4 blue. And I think we actually have that right now. I think we have 10 mana. 3, 6, yeah, we do. We have 10, wait, 3, 6, yeah, 9, 10. And I think we've got 4 blue, 1, 2, yeah, we do. So we actually have enough right now to do our infinite combo as soon as we get Archaeomancer in play. Now, what needs to happen though is that Species Gorger needs to keep living, right? But if he does, if he stays in play, and I can get, once you get that combo off once, then that's it, because your opponent's not going to get any more turns. So it just needs to live long enough for you to get it off once. It's essentially the deal there. It's a pretty cool card, man. It's a frog beast. Okay, all right. I would love if this actually works out. If we actually get this going, this would be amazing. Okay, so we get to choose one to bounce back. At this point, we're just going to go with him. Okay, so we play Treasure Find. We pull back Archaeomancer. Confirm. And actually, you know what? It's working now. We win. We should win now. As long as this guy doesn't die during my turn and he doesn't have any instant removal or anything, we should just win now. This is hilarious. Okay, so I am going to go into attack phase first. And I'm just going to swing with the 6/6. I can't believe I'm actually going to get to show you this combo. Barring any unforeseen incidents here. Then we're going to play the Time Warp. And we're going to play it on Force, so I get an extra turn after this one. And you know what? I might as well play the Elvish Visionary as well. During my upkeep, this time I can bounce back the Visionary. Okay, so we draw a card. And then the phase ends, and then we get to go again because we get another turn because of Time Warp, okay? So then what we do is now we play Archaeomancer. We pull back Time Warp. This is working! And then we replay Time Warp, and we play it on Force. So, I can't believe this, but you actually are getting to see the infinite combo go. So I attack him for 6, and then the turn ends. Time Warp triggers. It's my turn again. This guy goes. I bounce back Archaeomancer. I replay Archaeomancer. This is unbelievable. I get back Time Warp. And then I replay Time Warp. I'm pretty sure the opponent's just going to leave the game at this point, because why wouldn't he? And then I attack for 6, and that brings him down to 2. And then since we Time Warped, we get to go again. End of turn. The opponent can't do anything. This is so amazing. So, oh no, he actually has something to do. What is this? Sacrifice a creature. Okay, during his next upkeep, he gets to return 2 things back. He is putting on. Okay, he's just doing whatever now because he realizes it doesn't even matter. So yes, my friends, this is the infinite combo. Actually, you can just attack right now, and that's the game. That is the infinite combo here. We got to show it off. GG. Oh man, I can't believe it. That's awesome. And we are going to play a second match here, although I cannot imagine it's going to go nearly as well as the first match did. I am deciding to keep this hand mainly because I have 2 Elvish Visionaries, which means I'll be drawing into stuff. So I'm okay with not having a lot of stuff in my hand, and having lands is always a good thing. So I've got lands, and I've got card draw. So not having a lot of the extra fluff, I'm okay with at this point. Alright, so we're going to play the Golgari Guildgate to start. Next turn I will play an untapped land so that I can play the Visionary, and then I'll do a Guildgate the turn after with another Visionary. That's going to be my current lineup, and this is, my mana is going to keep flowing, and this deck doesn't have a lot of protection against like the early game, so any early game aggressive style decks we're going to take a lot of damage from, but we've got 3 Palaka Worms to hopefully offset that, you know what I mean? Alright, so we're going to go... What's this? Okay, so we're just going to go with the blue, and we're going to toss a Visionary in play. So this is going to keep my hand nice and full. Yeah, and that's it. It's going to keep my hand full. It's probably going to keep lands in it. In fact, there's a Cultivate that's really nice to see, actually. That's really, really nice to see. I like that. Okay. So we're going to... Elder of Laurels. So this is going to let him pump up his creature. So he's running a token deck. Like, almost 100% positive he's running a token deck. Should I Cultivate now? This brings me down... Yeah, because it's gonna push another land in play. And we'll get one in our hand, too. So let's go with a black land and a green land. So black land, it hits the play. Green land goes into our hand. And we pass the turn because he has a 2/3 and we only have a 1/1. So that's 4. Then we've got 3 more turns. And then we can Palaka Worm. Or Runescarred Demon. Next turn... Thinking of actually Rager. Maybe I shouldn't. Go with a Gate here, and then just Visionary. Which is going to replace the card in our hand. And we've got the Treasure Find, but we don't want to do it right now. Absolutely not. We want to wait for something like... You know, pulling back a Palaka Worm, pulling back a Runescarred Demon, or one of our combo pieces like we had to do in the last match. We actually, we needed, because we had like all of our combo pieces in the graveyard almost, so we needed Treasure Find in that instant. I'm a little surprised he's not attacking with the 2/3 though. Maybe he thinks that I have some way to kill his creature after I block with it or something. I don't know what he's thinking. Alright, we've got 3, 4, 5... So 6 isn't going to do us any huge good. So I am going to actually toss down the Guildgate. And I could do the Species Gorger right now. It would get us a 6/6 in play. Or, yeah, I'm actually going to throw down the Gorger right now. This is going to let us bounce back the Visionaries too. Which gives us more card draw, you know? Or to let us bounce back the Palaka Worm for more life gain, or the Runescarred Demon for more fetching. Elixir of Immortality, okay. Oh, you know what? He's getting a little mana screwed. He doesn't have a lot of lands. Well, you know what? To be fair, I do have Acceleration, so... He's doing this just for gaining life? What the frick? Oh, you know what? It's probably also because he shuffles his graveyard, shuffles his library when that happens, so that's probably part of what he's thinking. Bounce the Visionary back. Okay, so there's a Palaka Worm. So I need to ditch 2 cards this turn. So Palaka Worm or Runescarred Demon? Runescarred Demon is going to let us fetch, which is good. This is going to get us a creature in play. I don't necessarily need to fetch right now. Like, I'm not in desperate need of looking for combo pieces or anything. So I'm just going to play the Palaka Worm because I gain 7 life. And it's a trample threat, which I can swing with next turn. Plus it replaces itself when it dies. Or, yeah. So I'll attack with the 6/6. Possibly kill off his Elder of Laurels, or he takes 6, whatever. Either way. So this is a much different game. This is a game where I have some nice threats in play, and I'm not necessarily pulling off my combo. Now I can go for my combo with Runescarred Demon. Like, I can dig for stuff. Doubling Season. Okay, so tokens and stuff... double. You get twice as many tokens, you get twice as many stuff with Doubling Season in play. Actually, you know what I could use? Okay, let's bounce back him. Shadowborn Demon. I don't want to do that, actually. I'm actually going to do my second Palaka Worm right now. That's what I'll do. It's going to gain another 7 life. Then we're going to swing with both of these. So I'll have to bounce back a Palaka Worm during my upkeep. I need some creature not Palaka Worm so that I can bounce back something else. So maybe the turn after... Oh, you know what, though? If I keep both Palaka Worms in play next turn and just bounce him back, then I probably win. Well, never mind. He's gonna double sacrifice these elixirs to gain 10 life, which will put him up to 16. So I can't win next turn. But talk about I don't know what the hell this deck is supposed to be that I'm playing against. So I can't win this turn, so I'm just gonna bounce back one of the Pelakka Worms. Well, you know what? Maybe I should just bounce him back and still double attack. Yeah, let's just bounce him back. Whatever. We'll bounce him back. We'll attack with both of these guys. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go ahead and move into combat phase. We'll attack him for 14 trample damage. So he can block one of them and prevent 3 damage. So it's 11 damage that will go through. And then why don't we just play like Runescarred Demon? And I mean, that should pretty much be the game. I will search my library for, I guess, a Time Warp in case something crazy happens. So we'll search our library for a Time Warp. But this should pretty much be the game, yeah. Well, not as exciting or impressive as the first match was, but, you know, we get a win nonetheless. Oh, man. This was much more dominating than the last match. Let's take a look at the deck list. The green, black, and blue combo deck, one of our combo pieces, the Archaeomancer, and the second combo piece, Time Warp, right here at the start of the deck. We only have 2 Archaeomancers and 1 Time Warp. Now we've got ways to get cards in our graveyard, as well as ways to graveyard fetch, and then we also have library search, and that's why you can only go with 2 and 1 and still reliably get that combo off, because we've got ways to fetch from both our graveyard and our library. Phyrexian Rager is a nice early game creature, plus it'll let you draw into cards. We don't mind the life loss so much with the 3 Pelakka Worms in the deck. Shadowborn Demon as creature removal, plus it's a big old 5/6 creature. And you don't mind sacrificing because you do have some early game creatures that are sacrificable, like the Rager or our Visionary or Wayfinder. The Runescarred Demon, 2 of those for the fetch. We also have Grizzlebrand. He lets you dig for cards, pay 7 life, draw 7 cards, plus he's got flying and lifelink. This card's crazy once you get him into play, and he lives. Elvish Visionary as well as the Wayfinder, nice early game creatures. Visionary lets you draw a card, Wayfinder lets you get a land, and then the other cards go into your graveyard. But again, stuff in the graveyard isn't a huge deal because we have Archaeomancer, because we have Treasure Find. We have got the Cultivate for filtering, thinning out your deck. It pulls 2 cards out of your deck, plus it gets you that land ramp. Single Spider Spawning, it's something that you can combo with the Archaeomancer. And if you've got some cards in your graveyard, it's great. So it's just another potential infinite target. If you don't have the Time Warp, you can every single turn do a Spider Spawning, which is kind of cool. 3 Pelakka Worms for the life gain, plus it's a huge threatening creature. It helps offset the fact that we don't have much early game defense. The Din Rover Horror for control for your opponent's stuff. The Species Gorger, this is obviously a huge part of our combo. We've got 3 of these in the deck. And then the 3 Treasure Finds to fetch back anything that you lose or that you want to replay. That's going to do it, guys. Thanks so much for watching this Halloween edition of Friday Night Magic. Tune in next week for another episode. Have a good week, guys. Keep watching and keep owning.